Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Howling at Life. What? Mystery! What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Howling at Life with the Wolfman of Comedy, Big Adrian, coming back at you for another one of these bad boys right here. Thank you very much for joining us, everybody. We've got in studio, Frankie the Monster. I had to wait because normally you talk like when that's happening. So I was like, And special guest we got in studio, Spooky Bitch, Lena. And there goes the couch. All right, so. That's all right.
The couch is comfy.
Oh, no, don't start falling asleep, bro. We just started the episode. So, as always, you can always follow me on social media. Facebook, Big Adrian Lopez. Also on Instagram, Big Daddy L714, Wolf Daddy 714, and Big Adrian Comedy. I do want to say thank you for everybody in the Wolf Pack listening to the episodes. Thank you for everybody for their comments. I know Spooky Bitch, Gracias, Lady Eddie. There's a lot of people that responded. Also, that responded to the first short film from Howling Big Productions, Athlete, has received over 135 views on YouTube so far, everybody. I'm very happy. I'm so happy. And also, just want to let everybody know, I think one of my short video clips got 1,300 views on YouTube. 1.3K, right? And thank you for everybody for listening. I know Heather responded. There's a lot of other people. I think Spooky Bitch responded to the short film. I think it was, who else, damn it? I want to say Mama Bird did well. Everybody that watched the movie, the short film, thank you very much. It seems like it's being well received so far. I am very proud of that project. It is up and running. I'm very happy about that. I think I popped it out on Tuesday. So, you know, there's a lot of views already in less than a week, which is great. Wow. And also I started reviewing on YouTube all of the people that have reviewed. So I usually watch Spotify for the numbers, right, for the episodes. Interesting enough, I never really look in YouTube. I'm like, all right, let me see, because I started looking at the short film. But interesting enough, I started looking at a lot of the numbers for the podcast. We got everything from 17 to 71 views per episode on the YouTube, on the podcast on YouTube. Thank you everybody for that. Jesus Christ, I didn't know that for nothing. Because I was always telling Spooky Bitch, I was like, you know what, dude? Like, fuck this. I only got like one play, and whatever. He goes, and so I'm always looking on Spotify for my numbers, but then when I looked on YouTube, I went, what? What? So thank you for everybody for doing that, man. The numbers, the this, the that, the responses, the comments, I greatly appreciate it. Please spread the word for the movie, the short film. I actually contacted Emilio Rivera last week. Wow. I told him to go and watch it on YouTube. Let me know what he thinks. No response. He might be busy. I get it. It's the holidays. But I messaged him like that. But a lot of people have been doing that. So thank you, everybody, for what we're receiving. Please spread the word on the movie Athlete. Everybody's been telling me that they like the plot twist at the end. You're going to have to kind of see the movie to know what I'm talking about. But thank you, everybody. So I do have to say this, though. I got one comment from one of our buddies, Brian, up north, okay? So he's coming here next weekend. Yes. I don't know if you're going with us to dinner or not. Yes? Okay, cool. So you're paying. But he's buying cargo pants and shit. Which they look nice, by the way. But he messaged me. He goes, "Hey, I'm coming in next weekend. Let's have a dinner, or whatever, because he's celebrating his 1 year anniversary of being married." Already, yeah. Fuck. Wow. Look at all the single people. I know. But So he's coming next week, but then he's like, hey man, it's gonna be great to see you, man, close to the holidays and wah wah wah. I said, yes, fuck yeah. And then he messaged me because he's like, I saw the movie. I said, what'd you think? He goes, pretty good. You're a dick. He goes, I like the plot twist at the end. You can't tell me that shit. He goes, you're kind of like a dick throughout the movie, bro. I go, yeah, it's called acting, fucker. That's what I was going for. It was a great range for things. I actually did send in my clip for a comedy event that they want me to do next year. So I sent her the clip when I was at the Garden Grove Alana Club. This last year or like 2 years ago, whatever it was.
Yeah.
So I sent that clip in, and she's like, "Okay, thank you." So they're gonna review that and see if they want me to perform in Hesperia for some convention.
Nice.
On June, I believe it's gonna be June. But
Wow.
I told Brian, I said, "Yeah, it's cool." He goes, "Yeah, bro." I go, "Well, I wanted to be able to get a clip, especially with this movie, to be able to have different scenes. If I needed to clip out different scenes." To get a reel started, by the way, because especially for acting, they want to see reels. Like, hey, for auditions.
Yeah.
So I want to be able to. The movie kind of did a lot of ranges of, enjoyment, funny, serious, pissed off. So I'm able to grab different clips of the same movie, but I'm able to grab different clips so I can kind of get a reel, which I'm probably gonna end up doing in January, February. Start getting an acting reel together because that's what they want to see. They don't want to do auditions anymore. They want to see a reel and see what your range is for acting.
Wow.
So I never had a reel.
So even that industry is changing now.
Yeah, a lot of things are changing like that, bro.
Wow,
Before you used to get a headshot and you used to go and like, okay, let me read the scene and audition.
Right.
But now it's different. Now they want to do like a digital reel and see if they want, whatever. And you can send them like a digital headshot or, so I could probably take one on
really
here.
getting away from the in-person stuff.
Yeah.
Well, they don't want to waste their time to be able to see people. They want to be able to see the reel, and then they'll call you in for the audition kind of a deal, right?
Okay.
So, but it's kind of spearheading some stuff. So, thank you, Brian. Happy 1 year, fucker. No, I love you, bro. Thank you for that. But no, it was a lot of acting on that, and I really did enjoy the movie. Going out there, I know Frito's mom, Mama Bird, out there, Cheryl. She liked it. All of her friends have been liking it. Everybody's been chilling and being like, man, it's a good movie. I said, well, thank you. You know what I mean? It's well received. And it was because of the cast and because of the production team and all that stuff that was able to happen. I already am starting to think about doing 3 more projects next year. So I'm very happy about that.
Wow, okay.
So I think that one of these times I want to sit with the production team again here, my Monster Squad, Howling Big Productions. I want to sit with them possibly maybe after the holidays, getting into January, where we sit down and start looking at some projects. I want to start filming probably starting in February.
Oh shit!
Okay.
Wow.
But now I'm going to be gearing it towards more 15-minute shorts. So I want to do one series, which I'm already kind of spearheading something like that. I want to do one horror again, but I want to get a little more bloody with it for sure. Okay. And then possibly like a horror Christmassy vibe thing again, because we did that last week as well. So I want to get 3 different projects so I can start putting them in film festivals. Frito's mom told me that I should be putting my stuff into film festivals. She goes, I like this movie, you need to start putting it in film festivals. I said, got it. So it's getting well received, everybody. Please spread the word. Athlete, it's on YouTube. You can find it on my, it's Athlete Short Film, by the way, Howling Big Productions. But you can find it on my page, Big Adrian Wolfman of Comedy, Athlete. It's right on there, so please watch. I was all nervous. I was like, oh, fuck, it's out there. But well, it's out there now. And I do want to do a special announcement here. Congratulations to Frankie the Monster for 15 years of sobriety on here.
Thank you.
Frankie celebrated 15 years this last Thursday. Very proud of him, man. I'm going to give you a little bit of time, man, to kind of speak about that. I know it's been a journey for you, brother. I'm very proud of you. Very proud that you're part of the Monster Squad, too. Yes. You know what I mean? About I'm very proud that your mom lives where she lives. That fucking place is creepy as fuck. And that's where we filmed all this movie, so that's great. So a lot of these other things, I want to spearhead doing these movies and kind of collaborating on and maybe in another week or two to start getting some spearhead ideas. I think we're going to do the same thing again, but we're going to gear it up to shorter filming days and stuff, so we can get like a good 10, 15-minute short films, blah, 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 and then they're ready to send to film festivals.
Nice.
Congratulations, Frankie, on your 15 years of
you.
sobriety, brother. Frankie, F to the M, F to M. I always say F to the M because I'm trying to make him a 90s rapper. Informer. I started going to I said, boom, boom, down. No, know what I'm saying? Scotty P, know what I'm saying? We watched Wheeler Millers the other day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Scotty P, know what I'm saying? No regrets. No regrets.
Not one?
Not one
Not one letter?
Not one letter?
Nothing? So Frankie, man, how does it feel, brother? I want to give you a chance to kind of chime in there, man, about your 15 years. Just to let you know, you did a great voice message in our group chat.
Wow.
And one of my groups that I do with my clients, we were talking about, this journey of sobriety and whatever, and especially this time of year, right? We always mention it. There's a lot of stuff going on and whatever. But I actually played that clip for my clients, and they got emotional.
Wow.
They heard your emotion and stuff, and I know that since you have got this 15, a lot of your journey, you've been really reflecting and really seeing, how far you've come, and a lot of the good things that your life has been able to be a part of. Howling Big Productions,
Yes.
Howling Life podcast.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to give you a little time to kind of reflect and maybe just talk about that on the podcast a little bit. And then we'll kind of keep rock and rolling because we got a couple movies going on. We got a couple announcements going on.
Yes.
And then we'll get into some topic talk and whatever. Just a lot of shit's going on today, which is great. But yeah, man, 15 years, man. Congrats. How does that feel and the journey, and just kind of shoot out there for some peoples?
Man, I like I said, man, I shared yesterday. We had our little white elephant exchange.
Oh, we gotta talk about that too, by the way.
Yes, we gotta
talk about that too.
Yeah, but man, 15 years later, man, and fuck, man, the other day, I was reflecting, Wolfpack, man, I was at home, and actually, was on Thursday, the date that, the sobriety date, December 12th, 2009, and, I was reflecting, and I was like, fuck, 15 years have passed by, and it feels
a
like
decade and a half,
and
bro.
I know.
Fucking weird, man.
Weird, dude, and it feels like it's been like a blink of a fucking eye.
Yeah.
I remember when I was back on probation, back on a court card, back on fucking program, you know what I mean? And it feels like it was just not too long ago, man. Finally was able to get off paper in 2015, man, and for that, I was really grateful, man. Sobriety, man, I can't tell you guys enough, man. Sobriety has gained me a lot of, courage and a lot of, emotions and a lot of, gifts that I have today that I can tell you guys that, these are gifts that I cherish so much to my fucking heart, man, that, I feel like I'm blessed, man. I'll be honest with you guys. I feel like, today, especially today, I feel like I won the lottery and like $1 million bucks, got a great fucking family, great fucking people in my life that support me, encourage me, got me going, motivate me, encourage me, push me to, to keep going. And all of this stuff, man, I wouldn't have it if I didn't have sobriety in my life, man. And being, clean today, man, I look back and it's like today I feel like, for me, I feel like I'm a mentor, like I give back, to those, but I feel like it's like not my duty, but and also not an obligation, but it feels great to be able to give back, you know what I mean? And, the 15 years, it's half a decade, man. It's a lot, man, and I remember my first day.
Well, it's a decade and a half, right?
Decade and a half, yeah.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
Almost 4 presidencies, bro.
Yes.
Fuck, bro.
Double my age.
Wow.
I see. Shut up, Spooky man. Lying jacket. Shit. I looked at him and went, what?
I made you think.
Yeah, you did. God damn, it's not on the podcast.
I was like, wait, what?
We were about to say, yeah. We went, wait, what?
No. But, to be honest, man, I don't know, you guys. For me, I feel so blessed, to be able to be here 15 years later, clean and in sobriety. I feel like I'm a winner, man, today. Because, before the way I felt was, very, very just fucking out of place. Felt like I didn't belong in the world. And today, I feel like I have a purpose in the world. I have my own spot. where I feel like I shine at my best, you know. And today, you know, I'm very lucky and fortunate to be here because I know there's so many of my friends that I have watched passed away, man. And there was days that I would question myself, why am I still here? You know, and somebody once told me, you know, and I always keep this with me in my heart, man. And they told me, you're still here, Frank, because you have a fucking purpose, man. You have a story to fucking tell, man. You have a gift to give the world, they told me, man. And, you know, that to me, man, I'm so grateful to be able to have that and be able to give the world my fucking gift. And that's me, who I am, man, today, you know. And I'm very proud to be where I'm at in life today. You know, I don't have so much in the world today, man, but the little that I got, I can call it mine today, man. You know, I didn't steal it. I didn't hustle for it. I didn't fucking have to beg anybody. I worked my ass off to be where I'm at today, man. And I'm grateful for that, man.
All right, man. That's right. And you know what? I'm going to tell you something too, Frankie. You know, the years that I've known you, bro, it's not just that you have all this stuff and you're in a great place and you're seeing things different, but you are different. You've grown in that time. You know what I mean? I think that, you know, one of the things that I was telling everybody, and you had mentioned a few times, I think I even mentioned in one of the podcasts not too long ago, and I was saying how, you know, time kind of really goes quick. You know, the older you get, you know, time really goes quick. And it just depends on what you're doing with that time. You know what I mean? Like you were mentioning before, me and my little, you know, Monster Squad, we had a White Elephant gift party, which is great. Sexy Sasquatch, my son, you know, these two crazies right here. Am I missing anybody? No, that's it. And so we had a little get together. We had a Christmas gift exchange. Then we had too much food. Fucking way too much food. Way too much food. That was cooked. Great shit. We got to do a White Elephant gift exchange. We got to get some laughs. We finally played that damn Goonies game. Yes. We got through the first adventure.
Yes, we did.
God dang it. And we just had a nice night, man. And it was good to be able to do that. You know what I mean? A lot of the things was like something you kind of mentioned too, though, man. I kind of felt like we got our niche, and a lot of people, clients and people that have been asking me about the podcast are like always like, what it's about. I said, you kind of have to go for the ride on this one, dude, because we talk about reviews, we talk about stuff we do in our lives. There's some comedy involved, some jokes, some life topics, some serious shit, some whatever. You know, there's a lot of things that are going on, man, and I think that's what kind of makes this podcast great. I do have it labeled for mental health on the category, but, you know, the reality is anybody can get anything from these podcasts, you know what I mean? But time goes pretty darn quick, so whenever we do these podcasts, we try to bring something to each podcast, whether it's funny, whether it's touching, whether it's information, something. It's not just... You know, I've listened to a lot of podcasts before, right? And nothing against any other podcasts, but sometimes they just talk about shit. You know what I mean? And it's like, well, that's great. But I wanted to do a podcast where we're bringing something to y'all. Hopefully you can take something. Hopefully something, you know, whether it's smile, whether it's information, whatever. You know what I mean? Maybe a joke or something like, oh, that shit's funny, or whatever. You know what I mean? And do something with the time. And I think, personally, Frankie, seeing your growth, you did something with your time, and that's where I think you're getting a lot of these blessings, bro. You know what I mean?
Thank you, man.
You will spirit mother is good. It's fucking funny. Cause sometimes Frank comes in like.
Yeah.
I left that one in here for this episode for that reason, goddamn, because that's gonna get used a few times. So
yes, it is.
Y'all gonna get stupid. You're like, this motherfucker, and he just a little funky jazzy beat on my shit. But you know, it's funny because like this podcast, we did it last year. We started it last year in August, right?
Yes, we did.
And you know, it was just because people told me to make a podcast. Man, you're funny. You should get it out there. You know, you have a different way to see some shit. And I go, that's cool. And I remember our first episode is when that storm was happening, and Frankie was online or some shit, and it was all audio because we weren't recording yet.
Yes.
And you know, after that, then we were recording. Yeah, remember that?
I forgot.
Oh, I don't. I remember that the first episode because we spent 2 hours trying to fucking technology, trying to figure some shit out. Because I was trying to record it on this app, website, whatever the fuck it was, and it wasn't taking.
Yeah.
We did a couple run-throughs the day before, and then something happened the next day, and it didn't happen. Maybe it was because of the fucking storm. I don't know. But then I was like, fuck, we got to record something. Fuck it. audio. You'll get on here, we'll talk. Fuck it, you know. And that was how Howling at Life started.
Yeah.
Didn't know anything about it. Now it's all set up. We kind of know the get down. Like, okay, we're gonna record it. Okay, I got the soundtracks and sound effects and over here and music and whatever and stuff. So it's kind of evolved. At some point, hopefully, if I get a house soon, we can have a station where that's the podcast filming station, area, and stuff like that. So that'd be cool. So there's another evolution of it. Maybe be able to get better angles or whatever the case is. But we're doing something with the time. That's what it is. Yesterday when we had the White Elephant gift exchange, I mean, we were there for like maybe 4 hours.
Yeah.
Fucking felt like 2 days.
Yeah.
Food coma.
Food coma.
There's nothing like watching Spooky Bitch have a food coma and get pissed the fuck off because she cannot stand trying to learn a new game.
Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ, man.
I was not coherent at all.
Oh no.
I wasn't.
My ass. She was pissed the fuck off.
Yes, she was. Like,
She was sitting there like, why are these people in my apartment? I don't give a fuck. Get out.
I thought at one point I was like, oh my god, she's gonna stab somebody. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, it got scary.
Yes, it did.
A little bit.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
But overall, it was fun. It really was. It was fun. A lot of fun, and we did something at the time. So, speaking of that, I want to review a couple things. This week we watched a couple movies. I know we went to go see Craven in theater.
Yes.
Craven the Hunter.
Yeah.
And then me and Spooky Bitch earlier today, we went to go see Y2K.
Oh.
So let's go with Craven the Hunter. It's not getting that greatest of reviews up in the theaters, but as a Marvel fan, as a comic book fan, as a geek, thoroughly enjoyed this motherfucker. I was gay a few times in this movie. That motherfucker is ripped. Jesus Christ. I just want to be a hair on his beard. That's what the fuck it is. Aaron, whatever the fuck his name is.
Aaron Taylor
Look
Johnson.
Gay. So one of the things is Craven. It's one of the villains from Spider-Man. They make him an anti-hero in this movie, and it's about his journey and all that stuff, how he's created and whatever. So it's great. I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. I loved it. There's no big explosions and none of this thing, but it was just a straight action fucking comic book. Yeah. And the way that they did the hand-to-hand combat, the way that they did this guy, and the special effects on this was great for me personally. I liked it, especially as a geek. I'll be honest with you, it had everything it needed in this movie.
It is fun to watch you geek out, like especially on something comic booky. It's great to watch.
Why?
Because you get this little like gleam in your eye.
Oh yeah,
like
I see that.
Like a scene will pop up and he'll be like,
yeah,
like his little ears will pop up.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like you can see it happening.
I know, it's funny to see him sometimes because I would like see him turn on and watch the movie and then you can just see like his eyes light up. You know
oh, my 5-year-old kid pops out. I can tell that because I'm like this.
Yes. Yeah, that's what happens.
Well, and it's funny about this. Thanks guys for making me blush, fuckers. I thoroughly like comic books and movies and stuff because it's a great escape. But and I used to escape with drugs and alcohol and all that shit and whatever. But movies is my get down. I film movies. I try to get in movies and whatever. Blah blah blah. But that's my great escape and comic books and geeking out and nerding out and all that kind of shit. It's for me. It allows me to be that little kid again, right? It's interesting though. The reason why, and I've never said this before. I don't think I've ever said this before. The reason why they're so important for me is because growing up was a little difficult. There was a lot of instability in my childhood. I remember when my brother-in-law, well now ex-brother-in-law, but when my brother-in-law was even stationed overseas because he was in the Navy. Thank you for your service, Roy. Even though you're not part of the family, your choice. I remember, even though he was overseas, he brought me back old school comic books.
Oh shit! Okay.
He brought me back like the new Teen Titans and fucking all different types of comic books from fucking like Europe and everywhere and stuff like that. Yeah,
that's cool.
And so during my childhood, it was a way to kind of escape a little bit, because again, as when you're growing up, you really don't have, maybe you'll climb a tree or go on the roof for a little while and be like, you know what I mean? And that was a shout out to Tom Segura. But comic books was really a way to kind of, it was simple, right? There was a hero, there's a villain, there's a story, and you kind of went through it. And life, I sometimes as a kid, I always thought it would be great if it was that simple. That's something that, we're not only with Craven, but me and Spooky Bitch went to go see Y2K. It's a movie about 1999 going into 2000, the Y2K thing that was there. All my older people will know what the fuck that is.
Oh, yes.
But this actually takes a take on it. What if it actually did happen and the machines did take over and all the shit because that bug, that virus actually took hold. That's where it takes place. Me and Spooky Bitch went back to 1999, motherfuckers. Oh, they had.
Frank just said, "Oh yes." What were you like 2?
No.
Yeah.
I was like 7.
Oh.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. We weren't. So,
I already had 2 kids.
Preach. So, I know that, yeah. You got this better mother. She said that, I went. Motherfucker. But we went back, and when we got on there, the movie starts like with AOL dial-up and whatever, and it takes all that fucking back to the video store eras, back to the, all sorts of shit. And I just went back 25 years, man. I was like, son of a bitch, bro. 25 years ago, you know what I mean? That movie takes place-ish, right? That kind of vibe. And we went back, and it was the soundtrack was cool, and it was always this. And I actually had to tell Spooky Bitch to shut up because she was way too loud. She's like, oh my God!
It just came out. Like, it was cool to see. It was exciting.
I had to, like, it was dead silent, bro, and it was just her.
I was like,
shit.
why are you so loud? I was like, oh.
And I'm like right next to her. She goes, "Oh my God, did you say what?" Yeah, I'm right here. I'm like, "Hey, hold on, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like, fuck." Some music popped up. I forgot what it was. She goes, "No, they didn't." I was like, "Oh,
I did not."
I forgot what it was. It was during the house party or something. The song came on or something. You went, And I was like, "Son of a." I don't know who she is.
I don't know this lady.
But it was simpler times and stuff like that. And I think that, geeking out and whatever, like if you find your niche and whatever, you got to find what sparkles your little fucking like inner kid. A lot of people think it's Christmas and this and that. For me personally, like I always say, go for the ride, man.
Yes.
The reason is because you're allowing that inner child to be able to enjoy life again. You know what I mean? And life's already fucked up as it is. I mean, you can escape in the wrong relationship and drugs and alcohol and fucking like distractions on your phone, whatever. But at the same time, are you letting your little kid fucking out? You know what I mean?
Right.
To enjoy life. So going and watching Y2K, it was a great little trip. Yeah, a little slow at some times or whatever, but I didn't expect to cry in this fucking movie. That's some bullshit. You know what I mean? There's a couple of fucking times where I'm like, why'd he die? But it was funny because one of the scenes, like the machines take over and they do their thing and they start killing people, and that's the big premise of this thing. They're trying to figure out how to fight against the machines. And this one guy he gets killed, right? And the killings are brutal.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ, they're brutal.
Yeah, they are.
And, the CDs are flying and fucking all sorts of shit. This guy gets fucking flamethrowered or whatever the fuck.
Damn.
And this one time, this guy goes, "Damn, that guy just got killed by a Tamagotchi." And I went, Tamagotchi. So it took us back. They had CDs, Discmans. They had all sorts of shit. That portable CD player with the flip on the top kind of deal. It had a lot of that kind of stuff.
The
So
dial-up with the instant messenger when it first started.
you have mail. Like, that kind of shit.
Yeah. MSN, remember that shit too?
Yeah, trying to fucking download dirty pictures and it took forever. Kind of deal. But it had a lot of stuff that it hit, so it took us back to simpler times. And it's a really great movie. Like I'd go watch it again. I'll be honest with you. If you ever want to go, let's go watch it again. But just getting back to simpler times and enjoying and stuff, and I know it can be kind of hard, you know what I mean, as we're kind of growing older. Another thing that I kind of wanted to review is the newest Jamie Foxx stand-up, man.
Oh, wow.
Talking about, like, I had mentioned last week my uncle passed away. They actually did bury him on Friday, and I wasn't able to be there in Texas, but, my prayers go out to my family and stuff like that. But I was able to feel, reflect. There's a lot of stuff going on, and I was kind of reflecting on simpler times and this and that and getting older, whatever. Just a lot of shit. And ever since then, I've been really kind of reflecting on my life. I've been really trying to see about making the most of what I have, being grateful, like you had mentioned this in your speech, bro, and stuff. And before we saw Craven and before we saw Y2K, I had seen the Jamie Foxx, the new deal that he did, the stand-up. I don't even want to say it's a stand-up comedy, but his show, his special.
Like a one-man.
Yeah, it's a one-man special. If you have not seen it, Jesus Christ, go and see it. This guy gets vulnerable. He gets real. He shares about his story. I mean, there's some jokes in it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But so you laugh. But man, I got more from the tears that I shed in that thing, seeing his damn journey. Man, if you have not seen it, go treat yourself and really feel
Very
how
powerful.
grateful this cat is. And I think his birthday was just Friday. I think right. It just passed.
Oh.
They just
57.
Yes.
Oh,
I think.
wow.
Yes.
But man, if you have not seen this, please go see it. Please. I actually started seeing it at work during lunch. Don't do that. Fuck. I was like, my clients are, you okay? Shut up. And then later that night, I told Spooky Bears, I said, you got to come over. We got to see this fucking episode. We got to see the special, right? And then you saw it, right? You saw it after the White Elephant. What'd you think?
Bro, it was so powerful, man.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, this guy, I mean, just to hear him speak and to see his raw emotions, dude, just come out and him being honest, dude, and just being like so truthful. Like, he just didn't give a fuck. He was like just being honest about everything what happened. And I mean, dude, I know as a man it takes a lot, you know, to get vulnerable. But this guy on stage, I mean, he let it out. It was so powerful that the crowd was like, the crowd loved him, man. It was so powerful. I feel like it impacted everybody. I saw the audience, man. They were crying. I was fucking crying. I had emotion. I was laughing. There was a moment where I was laughing, and then all of a sudden it got like real. I mean, dude, it was nice, dude. It was really powerful.
It brought out the humanity in him.
Yes.
And people, I mean, as
They
a
actually
culture,
saw
I
like
guess,
the
we
real
forget
human.
like if this is Jamie Foxx, he's a superstar or whatever, but like he's just a guy.
Yeah, I feel like
And it made you remember that.
Yes, you're absolutely right, Spooky. I feel like in this special, like the audience got to see like the real human side of an actor. You know what I
And
mean?
he
Like
cries and he has feelings.
exactly.
Things happen to him too.
You know,
This is how
and,
he got through it.
yeah, and I know most people, you know, when they see actors, like, oh my god, you know, we lose it because they're stars, but you know, we also forget that they're human, man.
Well,
They go through shit.
and something else he did, and I don't know if you noticed it, but he even talked about his head and his pride, because he talked about this humbling part where he, you know, he went through what he went through medically and whatever, and even he was that star in his own head, and he was like, but I'm Jamie Foxx. I'm Jamie motherfucking Foxx is what he says.
Yep.
And he had to get to understand that he was human, right?
Yes.
Because easy in life, a lot of us, we get into a point, and I mentioned this to you before, and I mentioned to you before, and I know I processed it before. You can easily get caught in life in who you think you are, but forget who the fuck you really are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that's a brutal fucking humbling when you have yourself so high, or you have this expectation of yourself or this pressure. That's why I always tell Spooky Bitch, you know what I mean? But you're cool where you're at. And that's something that I realized. Like, yeah, I want to reach up here, and I see myself up here, don't get me wrong. But if I can keep me here and build up to get to that point, but still have that humanity and the humility to be there.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's a big thing, takeaway that I saw with Jamie Foxx, is that even during the special, he talks about that aspect where he's like, but I'm Jamie motherfucking Foxx. Like, that shit like this doesn't happen to me. And it was a very big humbling process to kind of see that. And I've seen some people that are getting really humbled right now. I know my buddy, my sponsor, Lewis, and a lot of people that are going through some things right now. Prayers to everybody that's going through whatever they're going through. There's a lot of humbling that's going on. And my mom would always say, if you don't stay humble, life will humble you.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
You know what I
totally
mean?
fucking agree.
So I try, don't get me wrong, I get a little big-headed sometimes and I get that, but you know, it doesn't take much to kind of snap me out of it, or for me to reflect, or for me to be like, you know what, let me enjoy my life and let me see where everything's at and whatever. And I have one of those moments when I was wrapping gifts. I know I was wrapping all these gifts, and then I was looking at all these fucking gifts for my kids. I go, I'm putting all this shit in one box. I don't give a fuck. Y'all fight for it. So some of my kids got like 5 or 6 different gifts, but I had so many Amazon boxes, I put them all in one box. I said, you know what? You're getting one big fucking gift. Fuck it. And that was it. And I looked, and like, you know, you can see my gifts over there. It doesn't look like there's a lot, right? But I didn't want to do all the work to wrap all these little fucking gifts. So I threw them in a big box. I said, fuck it. This is what they're getting. Fuck it. Y'all keep pulling shit out of one gift. I don't give a fuck. But in that moment, I was humbling myself because I was starting to feel like maybe I should spend more, whatever. And I started noticing my ego and my pride kind of going here. My value started going off of my ego and pride. I said, dude, you're doing the best you can, bro.
Yeah.
This is what you're able to do. You know, you have plans to possibly get a house. You got to save money and blah, blah, whatever. You know, I got to pay some student loans starting next month or whatever. That's why I want to go back to school, so I don't have to pay shit. But, you know, I started having to have that humbling process with myself during the wrapping process. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because it was very, even yesterday, it was very simple white elephant gift exchange. Spooky bitch did the pozole, her daughter did the cake for Frankie.
Yes.
And the snickerdoodles.
And the snickerdoodles.
Oh my god.
See,
Do you have any more?
No. At home that are not here.
All right, so this is the last time Spooky Bitch is gonna come to the. But it was very simple, you know what I mean? We gave each other little gifts and whatever that were very meaningful and whatever.
Yes.
And that was enough. I mean, and it was great. We had a great time. I personally didn't think that we needed anything more.
No.
I think we had everything we had. We had all the people that we needed. We wished other people would have been there, of course, but whoever was there was enough. And I think that a lot of times, like in that special, and a lot of the things that I feel that we go through, we put too much of that on ourselves, where we don't have that humanity. We don't let that little 5-year-old kid inside of us be happy and content because we're adults and we have to have more and more. And it's like, dude, maybe you don't. Maybe you got everything you fucking need. You know what I mean?
I think that you said something really important though. Like when you were rapping, you're thinking, oh, I should get more, I should get more. I think that's why a lot of people, especially this time of year, struggle so much, because I used to be one of those people, but most people would try to live up to that. This is what they expect of me. And that kind of takes you down this
Oh,
downward
yeah,
spiral.
yeah.
And this time of year sucks for that.
Yeah.
And it's not even what it's really supposed to be about. You know what I mean? Like it's being together with the people that you love and care for and things like that. Like it's so commercialized, and we were talking about that earlier today.
Oh yeah, we were.
About like the commercialization of Christmas and like when it started and all that. And I'm like, it's to a point now in this day and age where it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, and I think that we were reviewing that, we were seeing like how through the years, this, that, whatever, I think it was like 1840 or something, like Christmas started happening in America.
Wow.
And then it started getting like, a lot of department stores, blah, blah, blah. And I was telling her, I said, well, if it started in 1840, Mexicans still had California, dog. You know what I mean? Like, we weren't out of here yet, dog. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that border.
We were here.
we were here first thing. It was a fool. It's only dick fool. But we started noticing that, and it took away from the simplicity. That's why, like, even today I was watching Chevy Chase's National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, right? And I haven't really watched it. That was actually the first Christmas movie I watched this year, and it was, because I'm really not in the Christmas spirit still. We just went to a fucking Halloween maze. But I'm not decorating, I'm not doing whatever. I'm just like, nah, fuck it. I don't want to put up the tree this year. And that's okay. I still get the gifts and whatever and wrap a little bit here. But when I watched it, I was looking at the movie in a different lens, because I was looking at Chevy Chase as a dad. He just wanted to give him a perfect Christmas, but he was also putting so much pressure on himself about what he thought he was. There's a specific scene in that movie where he's losing it. He lost it with the family. He just finally like fucking just blows up, right?
Yeah.
And because he doesn't get his Christmas bonus or some shit, right? And then he fucking loses it. And the dad comes in to check on him. He goes, hey, how you doing? He goes, how did you do it? He goes, well, fucking Jack Daniels. You know what I mean? It kind of helps.
A lot of help from Jack Daniels.
But he talked about it. He goes, even though you don't have everything you need, what people are going to remember is the love that you gave to them and how you tried.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? And I was like, no shit. I go, and that's really what it's about, bro, because I remember having Christmases where fucking there were no gifts. We had just moved a house. I remember me and my dad was playing a gig, and me and my mom were in this new house, and the bed was still in the living room, bro. And she held me during Christmas. No tree, no gifts, no nothing. That was Christmas. I remember another Christmas before that where I didn't have any presents because my brother was getting married. So everybody left to Vegas. They left me alone. You know what I mean? And I was about 7, maybe 7, 8, something like that. And I remember some Christmases that there was a struggle, man. It was like, fuck, bro, whatever, and even as an adult, I try to do what I can for the kids or whatever, but, I remember one Christmas when I was actually first living in Vegas. All the presents and decorations came from my folks that came to visit like a week before, and I didn't have anything. I was trying to save money and whatever and trying to figure out how to live out in Vegas. So, there's a lot of Christmases that were a lot worse, but when I saw the movie today, it reflected back to like, who's in my life? What are we doing? The simplest things are the best things. Fucking enjoy the simplicity. Stop fucking asking for more. Stop expecting fucking more. Be grateful for what the fuck you got and who's around or whatever. As simple as just a fucking text from, hey man, Merry Christmas. Hope you have a good holiday, man. These little things. You mentioned it yesterday when you were talking about, sometimes on our little group chats, you know, those mean a lot. You know what I mean? Because sometimes we're all going through some shit or whatever, and that's one of the things that when I started making the Monster Squad group chat, was like, you know, we could chop it up and ha 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 and laughy laugh all the time, but I wanted to have something that was vulnerable and raw and real, so we were connecting with each other as humans, like what the Jamie Foxx special did, to be able to know that, hey, dude, as humans, we're here for each other. Because we could talk the shit and like, hey, bro, if I get have a great day, but if you're not having a fucking great day, then how are you getting the support? How are you able to get that fucking camaraderie and that community together? You know what I'm saying? Right. That's the most important thing that I felt was, you know, when I watched the Chevy Chase movie, I go, fuck, it's just a dad really trying to give his best to his family, bro. Right. I mean, he's out of the box, bro. Like, don't get me wrong, dude. Like, he's fucking doing above and beyond. Yep. But I understand that as a dad. I understand that as a friend. I understand that as a family member. I understand that as whatever. You know, you try, bro. You want to do more, but this is all I got. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And in the simplicity, I think of that, what was really, you know, powerful. Like you mentioned that word powerful. Yeah. I think that, you know, if we can get back into that sense, dude, first of all, you're going to be less stressed. Yeah. Second of all, you're going to be fucking more happy. Third of all, you know, you're going to really be grateful for you're going to treat people fucking better. Mm-hmm. That's what the fuck the Christmas spirit's supposed to be about. Exactly. Think about that. All these fucking movies and everything, you know, you see this shit, you know, whatever. It's people trying to get in a better state of how the fuck they're supposed to be. Yeah. Why don't we fucking do that the whole year fucking round instead of waiting for one fucking, you know, time of the year, bro? You know what I mean? You know, you don't have to like every fucking day of your life, bro, but you don't have to make it worse either, though. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to drag it and be like, oh, this day sucks, this day sucks. The day might suck, but why does the week have to suck? Why does your life have to suck? Yeah. Why does all that shit have to happen, bro?
Yeah, and you know, sometimes it you know, you're actually hitting a right point, because there's times where, you know, I you know, for me and my, you know, journey in life, so there's days there's something so small fucks up my day, and then I just let it fucking ruin the whole fucking week. You know what I mean? But then I reflect back and I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, what the fuck? Why am I making it a bad week? I'm like, it was just one fucking bad day, not a bad fucking week. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I don't have to make it so much bigger than what it is, you know? But I feel like sometimes we get to that point, you know? Where, like, I think you said it. We put too much salsa on our tacos.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey, her salsa was good, though?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah. I had that on top of an omelet this morning. I was like, bitch, it's over, man.
Oh my god.
Then we still gonna eat at the movie. But I think that's what it is, bro. You know what I mean? Like I think like this Christmas, you know, for everybody that's listening, I'm hoping, you know, I hope you get back to the simplicity of the season.
Yes, dude, yeah.
You know, that's really the topic, huge. Bro. You know, because like I was reflecting and doing this and that and whatever, you know, all the little things. Like I said, like when we get in there, you know, to watch a movie, to fucking have a little event, to do get together or whatever the fuck it is, bro. Like it's not nothing like, oh my god, it was a simple shit, but it's like it's heartfelt. And I think if you can put some heartfelt and simplicity, your season of fucking Christmas would be way the fuck better. You know what
I mean? And honestly, anytime we get together, like when the squad gets together, we don't really do like nothing crazy, but we always have so much fun. Yes. And we always have something to talk about, you know, about it later. Yep. Like it's fucking awesome. Yeah. And we're not like spending all kinds of crazy money. We're just getting together and playing a game.
Yeah, exactly,
dude. Like it's just fun.
Hey, you know the trippy part about this? So we had a White Helmet gift exchange, and the amount was $25. There was only 5 of us, so we were kind of like stealing each other's gifts or whatever. The gifts that were given this year, Lewis, you missed the fuck out.
Yeah,
you did.
The gifts this year were fucking phenomenal for $25. I said, you got that for $20? Where the fuck? I know where I got it. Five Below, bitch. Oh, man, the gifts this year were cool, and everybody's like, I want that. I want that. Well, all right, well, I want this. I'll trade you. And it was that. I think that the fact is, and nothing against the commercial, whatever, it's all business, and I get it, but, you know, we feed into that. You know what I mean? And when we fit into that, our validation comes from that.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You and Lily had a conversation. Him and my daughter, they had a quick little conversation, but very powerful. They were like talking about, you know, Christmases to come or whatnot. Right. And he was like, you know, I kind of want to like giving experiences is better. And my daughter, and she's only 17, she was like, yeah, we don't need anything. She's
Yeah.
like, that's better, like to create a memory.
Yeah.
Other than my youngest son, holy shit, he needs a lot of crap. Fucking his list is long, though. You know what I mean? But like normally, like I was talking to her daughter, and I was like, she was like, I just don't. And I didn't buy her a lot of shit. Like it's a big box, but I put a lot of little shit in it. But she said something that was the truth, because it's like people are like, well, what should I get him? Whatever. Even for my folks, I got them an event to go to instead of a gifts, whatever. So I could easily email that to them, like, hey, Merry Christmas, this is what I got for you, whatever.
Yeah.
Even as simple as like, hey, Dad, happy birthday, or whatever, you know, because his birthday's coming up next Sunday.
Oh, wow.
Kind of a deal. So, you know, there's a lot of stuff in there, but she said it. She's like, I don't know what I want for Christmas, because I kind of have everything. Like, you know, you get it as you need it.
Yes.
So there's not like a, you know, like before we used to have to wait, like, oh, I'm waiting to fucking Christmas to get that toy or
Yeah.
underwear. You never know as an adult how much you like appreciate socks and underwear, bro. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But you know, she said that she was like, you know, I really don't need anything, man. And honestly, I don't think none of my kids really need anything. Like they're doing without, and that not only shows to like them as adults, and you know, my son as a kid, whatever. But like they value what they got. You know, and it's like they don't need the bigger, better, and the bigger, better, and the bigger, better. Like everything is there. You know what I mean? And it's the same thing with us as adults. Like, what do we really fucking need? Like, we gotta have everything.
We don't need anything.
I mean, there's a lot of cute little things here and there. Like, we got, you know, yesterday we you know, some gifts and shit.
Yeah.
But, like, even if we didn't, like, I got everything, though. You know what I mean? And so it makes it harder, that pressure, like, when you have people that have what they need and they're content, and you try to, like, what do I get them? Well, if it's that fucking hard, it's probably because they don't need the extra. You know, anything simple would be cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The extra would be, you know, would be the extra, you know?
The extra that we try to give people that are content and don't really need anything in their lives, it's more for you, not for them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's for you to feel better about yourself.
Very valid point.
You know, it's for
Very
you to feel
valid
more
point.
important about yourself, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And it's like, but you don't have to. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the biggest things that I kind of noticed, especially when I was talking to your daughter. It's like, well, fuck then. I should have just saved my money. You don't need nothing? Well, fucking Merry Christmas. Get a job. But I kind of realized that, you know what I mean? Like, more importantly is the simplicity out of your season, because you're trying to make yourself feel more important this time of the year. Maybe you're already that important, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like you were mentioning yesterday, simple text, simple that, man, that makes my day, bro. Like, oh, fuck, I got, you know, somebody reached out to me or whatever. You know what I mean? Normally on Saturdays, I get a couple people from my meeting, the men's meeting, that reach out to me. They're like, hey, man, just have a great fucking day or whatever. Like, yeah, I'm trying to make it back to the meeting, bro, on Thursdays. I haven't been there for a while. Just seasons are, you know, the Christmas seasons, whatever. Just those simple texts, it's like, oh, shit. You know what I mean? That's pretty cool, man. You know, just people reaching out or whatever the fuck. Or somebody sends me a funny post or some crap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because everything in my life is where it needs to be at right now.
Yeah.
You know, I would want more, but it's a want. It's not a necessity. We were talking about this earlier. You know what I mean? There's those necessities. There's no like, fuck, I really need this or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or like you're struggling to like get something, you know what I mean, or get somewhere. You know, you're like, oh fuck, I gotta go through this. You know what I mean? We're not at that point. You know, at least you know. I mean, too. You know, you're talking about that. You know, and it's like if you feel content where you're at with what you have. You know, I know I was talking about feeling like $1 million. You know, and it's true. You know, when you do simple things, you know, very simplicity plays a big part in your life where it gets you content to the point and actually grateful. You know what I mean? I know for me, I get grateful because I'm like, I have fucking food in the fridge. Because I know there was days that, you know, before I didn't would fucking eat for weeks or fucking days, you know, or probably eating out of a fucking dumpster, you know. Today I'm like, fuck, I value small shit today like that. You know what I mean?
Let me just say though, if I had $1 million, I'd be way content.
True.
Nothing to sneeze at.
No, of course.
I think all of us would.
Yeah.
But like I always tell people, you know, because a lot of people think that, and it's not, look, the reason why we're saying this, everybody, is because we know the value of the dollar and we know the value of being content.
Fuck yeah.
And I always tell people, if you're not content with $5, you're not going to be content with $500.
True.
See what I'm saying?
Ah, yes.
I mean, it's the truth, bro.
Yes.
So when we say we want $1 million, we'd be content. It's because we know we'd be content with $10.
Mm-hmm.
Not because that's the only spot where my content would be at that range of pay. right? It would be the fact is like we could do more with it. We could do this, whatever.
Yes.
It's what you're able to do with it.
Right.
Not just because I got it. I always tell people I save money because it's going to be needed at some point. I'm not saving money to say how much I have in the bank.
Exactly.
See what I'm saying? Like if I save money, and I save money throughout the year, but normally something with life happens where I got to pay this at the end of the year, or I got to, whatever, blah, blah, and I know I have it. So it's not because I have money to be like, look how much I have in my bank account. It's because I know that I have peace of mind from financial insecurity in case life happens.
Exactly.
I say too, I can make a freaking hell of a meal out of $20.
Fuck yeah.
Like I've learned how to do that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why she cooks for us.
Oh,
That
yes.
is my gift.
But I think that's what it is. I mean, we get away from the simplicity of things, and because we get away from that, you know what I mean? A lot of these old Christmas movies that come out, you see this kid unwrapping this little simple thing, and nobody's like, this is it. Other than the Christmas Story when he got that bunny outfit. But you see these kids just content to open up something and whatever, and this and that. And like, for a lot of us, we get into this November, December, where we start getting in this Christmas spirit deal. And honestly, the spirit is just be simple. Be content with being simple, man. If you can do that and go for the ride and enjoy everything and just be like, you know what I mean? Even if it's a movie, it's a fucked off movie, fucking go and just experience it. Fuck it. You know what I mean? You don't have to go and like, entertain me, bitch. You're paying for that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
We do that with the mazes. We do that with fucking all the shit we go to, whatever.
You go to enjoy it.
You go to enjoy it, but if you're not going to be content going into something that you're spending money to enjoy, then you're not going to enjoy it anyway. You're kind of wasting your time and your fucking money and your life. Let's just get real, right?
True.
Yeah, you know what? And when you speak of that, Wolfman, what reminds me is those people that have fucking money, but they're like very ungrateful or very unhappy. You know what I mean? And it's like, wow, dude, like you got pretty much almost you can have everything you ever wanted, and you're still miserable. I'm like, wow.
Sure. And I think that's one of the things, like, for anybody here, man, like, look, dude, look at the simplicity you got of everything going on. I know we still got a couple more episodes before the end of the year or whatever, and we'll talk about, like, resolutions and Christmas and gift giving, and there's an episode I want to do about the gift of giving, you know what I mean, kind of a deal, so I want to do that kind of episode. But we're getting kind of closer. I know Christmas is next week already, right, and stuff like that. I mean, it went quick. But maybe you need to start kind of changing some of your perspective on some things, man. You know what I'm saying? And we'll talk about that more next episode. Thank you for my loony ass Monster Squad for being here for this episode, everybody. Again, remember, you can follow me on all my social medias. Like and subscribe. Share the podcast page of my YouTube page, as well as please make sure you go out and watch or rewatch Athlete and spread the word on that for everybody.
2 thumbs up.
We will get a pre-Christmas episode for sure.
Yes.
Getting in here. But other than that, everybody, thank you for joining us for another episode of Howling at Live. Much love, everybody. Go enjoy your week, everybody.